Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Me and Stefan Adon in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got a lot to get into on today's episode. CBS dropping a very interesting list on the Chicago Bears head, or it's not just on the head coach. I shouldn't say it that way. On ranking the head coaches in the NFL right now. This came out yesterday, and it was a very interesting list because Matt Eberflus is not thought of highly around this league. What does that mean this team is going to be? Is Flus going to be a problem for this team? We'll talk about all that more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Shout out to the chat in the building, man. Crimson in the building, Bob Chimney in the building, man. Let's get this thing cracking because this is one where, dog, like I've been talking about Flus so often this offseason. Like it has been my biggest question on the Chicago Bears heading into the season. It's been the one thing that to me, you have to have some concern on where your head coach is right now. Now, this list, I will say this. There's some what's a good way to say this? I wouldn't take this list as gospel. And I do think that there is some wiggle room when you look at this list in whole, because Jim Harbaugh also breaks the top 10, and I call a massive cap on that. But Matt Eberflus on this list.
So this is going from like most trusted to like least.
I guess so. I mean, listen, Andy Reid
I can see why he's
Jim Harbaugh top 10 is nuts, bro. Jim Harbaugh ain't coached in the NFL in 5 years, bro. It's a whole different league than when he left.
Bro, that I'm telling you.
No, actually, when's the last time he coached? 2014? We almost 10 years.
Yeah, I believe so, but I'm assuming that's going a long way though.
Nah,
it's
bro.
going a long
listen,
way.
Take the Michigan colored glasses off, my boy. That's all I'm gonna say to you about that.
I'm just saying for them.
I'm calling cap. It's not even a team. That's my thing. Like, there's no team on there that you think is going to sit there and dominate. But listen, that's neither here nor there. Here's my thing with it, though. The Matt Eberflus and focusing in on the Bears portion of this, the Bears part of this conversation here. Matt Eberflus comes in 26th on this list. Third season with the Bears, third season as a head coach. Record right now 10-24, and playoffs have been non-existent. And this is what they say. Perhaps no coach will benefit more from a personnel overhaul in 2024 with Caleb Williams and a trove of proven weapons coming aboard this offseason. Chicago is also betting on Eberflus's recent return as a defensive mind. After an ugly 1.5 years that included in-season staff turnover and mercurial offense, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what that word means. His D finally came to life. Late in 2023, threatening a wild card push. But ranking him 26. Let's start it off here. Is Matt Eberflus aptly ranked right now based on where he is? Is he the 26th best head coach in the NFL?
I don't think he's the 26th. I don't think he should be 26. I think
higher.
I think he should be higher. I mean, like, if you're looking at it in totality, he's a great defensive mind. They definitely needed an overhaul offensively, which, I mean, you pretty much got. You pretty much got essentially. My thing is now with this, it's almost like. I don't think he should be at 26, but you could see why they did it just based off the fact that, listen, the drip is not fooling anybody. You got the cut, you got the cut, you got the chain. All right, cool. He still has to make final say on the decisions, and I feel like the team is talented enough to where if he does falter a little bit, they have enough talent and enough vets in the locker room to say, hey, we can overcome this, and they'll be able to show that. But with the quarterback being one of your key players and Caleb Williams and you having the final say, I'm not sure if I trust him all the way to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. When I look at 26, I think that it's an apt ranking. I do think that this is kind of a two-sided coin, though, right? When you look at the 10-4 record, listen, you can't, as many people did last season, not fault Justin Fields for that record because of how poorly built the team was, and then all of a sudden flip around and turn and fault Matt Eberflus for how bad the team was. The team was bad on purpose. You wanted to get the number 1 overall pick. But it doesn't change the fact that you did go on a 0-14 run there. It doesn't change the fact that you did have multiple games last season that I believe that you could have won. And I don't think that the quarterback was the only issue on that team. I think there's 3 games that you lost last season that could have put you at 10 wins. Now, your draft pick wouldn't have been as good. You don't get Roma Dunze. I'm glad that we have the situation that we have here. But if you're talking about like if we're having a conversation on why he's here, why he's this low. I mean, let's just look at the coaching decisions last year in the beginning.
Yep.
In that Denver game, you take your foot off the gas in the entire second half. You don't try to push the tempo push the ball down the field. You don't push the tempo at all. Denver comes back after getting trounced by 70 the week before, right? And then all of a sudden you're talking about looking at a team who's giving up a lead at the end, and then you're like, Justin Fields, figure it out. He's not able to do so. You lose the game. Next game, 10 weeks later, you do the same thing versus Detroit in a game that you had literally above a 90% chance to win. You can't find a way to do that. You end up blowing that game. Boom, we're in the same spot again. I think that's my problem, right? When you're looking at where the Chicago Bears are right now, the biggest problem that Chicago Bears have is the fact that they're a team right now who does have a head coach who didn't learn from his mistakes throughout the season. Now, as the talent got better, did the impact get better? Yeah. Did the defense get better? Yeah. Did we still see the same mistakes? 100%. I saw Justin Jones drop back into coverage 2 weeks in a row. You know what Justin Jones got thrown on him 2 weeks in a row? Touchdowns. Like, those are mistakes you just can't miss on. And I think that's the part about the Chicago Bears that I do have an issue with, why I do have concerns over Flus, and why, to me, 26, while, yes, I'm not sitting here telling you the first year and a half of him is all on him, but you can't say that no part of that is on him.
Yeah, it's like he's made some. It's almost like essentially he's made some mistakes, but the mistakes he's made have been very, very glaring to the point he's still got questions. It's literally like they've pretty much done everything well. Poles has pretty much done everything to put him in a position where you need to succeed. I remember a couple months back when the schedule first dropped, basically.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation about me, you and Joe were on here. You were like, yo, the first 10 games or the first 7 games are going to be easy. It's going to be the back half of the schedule. Just like we got questions about the Bears mentality in that back half of the schedule, just can they do it? There's also questions about him mentally, like not even in the back half of the schedule about can he do it, but just all over.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's there's so much where, especially coming into this season, where there's going to be games that you lose, and I think this is just the NFL too, right? You got to have that conversation as well. There's going to be games that you lose that you should win. There's going to be games that you win that you should lose, and it's going to work in your favor one way or the other. This is such a big year for Matt Eberflus, though, because when you look at the list of teams that he's beaten, guess what? It's been a bunch of teams that, if we're being honest, the quarterbacks haven't been good. I mean, you're talking about a lot of the wins last season. Their wins against the Raiders. I mean, like you're talking about bottom 5 team wins. And yeah, you were able to go out there and beat them with the defense that you had, and you were able to do some really good things. But it didn't change the fact that they were versus bad football teams last season. I think here's my thing, right? When I look at Matt Eberflus and when I look at the conversation that surrounds him as a head coach, when I look at, some of the questions that surround him as a head coach, can you get that? Can you be more than just the guy that the players like? Right? Because that's why he's here. That's why he was brought back. He held this all together. The players still support him. They still believe in him. They're not going to go out there and turn on their head coach. That's fine and dandy. What does that mean for wins? Can you be more than just the rah-rah guy? Because guess what? There's a lot of coaches that players like that haven't been successful. You know what those are called? Coordinators. And that's my thing with Flus is a fine defensive coordinator.
Phenomenal.
He's a really good defensive coordinator. Go out there and dominate at that. And he's going to be the Chicago Bears defensive coordinator this year. That's going to help them this season. That's going to make things easier for them this season. But at the end of the day, you got to be the head coach.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and you got to make the tough decisions. And the fact that I always go back to that Detroit game. One pass in the second half. So that means for an entire second half, at no point did you hop on the headset and go, hey, what are we doing?
Hey, they ran that Ringo playbook, man.
Hey, bro, like, and it didn't work.
It don't work, man.
You know what I mean? Like, listen. Don't do it. Don't do it down here. We're not gonna bring the NCAA beef to the breeze just yet. But it's about to get ugly. It's about to get crucial.
It's gonna be smoke.
It's about to get. There's so much smoke, bro.
So much smoke next week,
bro. It is what it is. I think let's look at it this way too, right? If for Flus to stick around, because and appreciate you guys tuning in and showing love. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're pushing through. I know everybody's sitting here wondering, like, why are the YouTube numbers so low right now? YouTube hating, dog. I mean, we're getting like 500 impressions on videos right now. Like, they are not pushing our content in the slightest, but that's all right. We're gonna find you. Good content always finds you. But are we shadow banned right now? We might be shadow banned a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a little shadow banned. It's all good. Here's my question though, and I think this is a great conversation around Matt Eberflus. I think that it's one of those things that you look at for a head coach coming into a phenomenal scenario, right? Is the seat hotter because the team is better this season, or does Flus still get time to grow with this team? Is this a hot seat season for Matt Eberflus?
Oh no, this is not a hot seat season because it's. Oh wait, no. Actually, no. It is a hot seat season because you made big moves. Yeah. You were planning this like DJ Moore coming about. You went out and got him. Then after that you went out you get DeAndre Swift. Then after that you turn around and get Keenan Allen. I don't know about you, but with that team, I wouldn't say that they was planning on missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you turn around, you get Rome. It's like, no, it has to happen now because listen, Paul just tired of losing. He literally just came from Kansas City. Kansas City got done winning another one. He hasn't been accustomed to losing in the last couple of years. Same thing. Now you talk about why can't Kevin Warren? He says he's done being impatient. You could say everything you want to, but the writing is basically on the wall. Like, yo, if you don't get this done, this is basically a wrap. Everybody else left but you. So he had some type of faith. Hey, you at least got the defense right. Now let's finish the job and get everything else together so we can at least try to make the playoffs. But no, the writing is definitely on the wall. If you don't get it done, thank you for playing a work version of our game. Yeah. And go assist somebody else.
It's so funny too, because it's like I think to me is he on the hot seat? A lot of people feel like no, because if he was on the hot seat, you wouldn't have brought in a rookie, you wouldn't have brought in a new player. Why would you try and bring in somebody who and I don't think he's an in-season fire. I don't think that.
The Bears correct me if I'm wrong. The Bears haven't done it.
The Bears have never fired a coach.
He's not
fired a coach in season. I don't think that right now he's an in-season hire, but I do think that there's a lot of people around the Chicago Bears organization that are saying no, like you should be able to find a way to win games here, especially early in the season, especially with a schedule that is very, very favorable to you. Like that to me is at a minimum, the expectation around this Bears team.
bro, the first 7 games. If you don't come out at least winning 5 of those with this team, I don't know. There's questions now, but when I tell you like those questions will be elevated to the point like how Chicago fans are to now. The Bears haven't fired anybody in season.
Right.
Like now, is this really the question? Because bro, you don't go out and get Keenan Allen, who basically was torching everybody else who wasn't named Tyreek Hill and a receiving charge, and then go out and get DeAndre Swift and be like, nah, I mean, we can.
I'll say this. I love what King Booker World said. Not on the hot seat, but the flame is on low. They go cook them like a frog. It's just go slowly get hotter and hotter. I love that. He ain't on the hot seat yet, but that flame is on. You know what I mean?
It's on.
I think here's a question for me that or not. You bring out the point, right? No, the Bears have never fired a head coach in season. You don't expect them to do it right now. I would rebuttal. Not that the Bears haven't fired a coach in season, but that don't be surprised if this were the first year that you see the Bears possibly look at firing a coach in season if they get off to a bad start, right? This is like, I'm talking about like you get off to a start like last season. You're excited. Here we go. Caleb's ready. And then we start off 1-4 and he looks like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, right? Like if you start off that way to start the season, I would say expect an in-season move to be made, because now if you believe that Matt Eberflus is the thing that's holding this team back, you can go out there and you can have a defensive coordinator who, by the way, is in place already. If you needed somebody to call plays in Eric Washington, I could slide Shane Waldron over. Now I've got my head coach as the guy who I want to mold Caleb through those steps. Don't be surprised if you see something like that, because look at the staff that's around Flus right now. He didn't pick any of these guys.
Yep.
The only guy he's got any kind of attachment to is Eric Washington. That is the only guy.
But see on that note, because you talk about sliding Eric Washington over.
No, Eric Washington stays the ZC. Shane Waldron slides over.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, because Flus has that attachment to Washington, he might be going too. So they might be looking elsewhere, because with the team that they have in place, like even if somebody was to get fired later on down the line, the Bears got the most desirable job in the league. With the team that they got, with the team that they got right now, this is like the top job in the league. So if you're not getting it done, I'm going to find somebody else. The only reason I like the Shane thing, but the only reason why I would back up on the Shane thing is because this was essentially the exact same offense you had in Seattle, and there was questions there. So it's almost like now look, the only reason why I give him a little bit of grace is because you had Geno. I believe Geno still like you elevated Geno, but Geno was gonna be who Geno was at that point.
Right.
You got Caleb. I'm waiting to see it. I hope he gets it done, but there's also, I feel like, just as many questions with him as you have with Flus, especially if you slide him over.
But I think here's the thing, right? Like if you believe that Shane Waldron can mold Caleb Williams into a good quarterback, why do you back off of that? If you believe that, right? Because the one thing that we don't take away from Shane Waldron is that Geno Smith got better with him.
Oh, absolutely.
He developed Geno. He got Geno to do things that Geno wasn't doing at that point. He put Geno in a great position. So the one thing that we know is that he's able to go out there and be somebody who can have an impact on that team or on that quarterback and mold him into the right piece. That don't mean he's the right long-term piece, but maybe you want to keep him around because he has that ability, right? Sometimes you and every offense's dream is to pair the quarterback with the offensive play caller as the head coach. Look at the Packers, Matt LaFleur. Look at the Rams, Sean McVay. Look at the Niners, Kyle Shanahan, because there's no chance that he's going to leave.
But see,
you're not gonna go head coaching job to head coaching job if you got one already and you got a quarterback that you believe in.
But the 3 dudes that you just mentioned are the elite of the elite when it comes to like.
But Shane Waldron isn't viewed. Shane Waldron isn't viewed as a bad play caller. I think there's questions for sure.
There's questions for sure, but like I said, the 3 dudes you just mentioned, like legit, they can. I've seen videos where they're telling you about plays that was happening 5 years ago.
Yeah,
that like down to a T. So I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. Like, cause Shane is good. Obviously, they're running the West Coast stuff. But I don't know if he's like on that level of like, all right, like essentially it's one of them things where it's like, okay, we let go of Aaron Rodgers. If he felt like Jordan Love was good enough, let me stick with Jordan, and then I can elevate him. And now we see where Jordan's trying to take off too.
Right.
So stuff like that. I just don't know. But there's still questions out there. He got time to prove us wrong.
I think here's the thing, Flus, don't get fired.
Bro, don't get fired.
You got a team that shouldn't put you in a position where you're fired. You've got a team that shouldn't put you in a position where you're losing a majority of the beginning of these games. And it does come down. Here's my thing. The most important moment for Matt Eberflus this season has to be right now, training camp, preseason. You got to have your team ready to go. You have to have your team ready to fight. If you don't, you're going to lose. If you don't, your team is going to be unprepared. And that's what we saw at the beginning of last season. I remember being up at training camp and just going, yo, like, this is a whack training camp. Like, these guys aren't running. These guys aren't moving. There's nothing about this that is good. This is a terrible training camp. I remember and literally every professional that came away from last season's training camp was underwhelmed by it. There was nobody last year that was like, no, that was good. That was a good showing by the Chicago Bears defense or offense. Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah. I look at it and it's one of them things where it's like you don't have the luxury to not hit. You do not have the luxury to not hit the ground running.
Yeah.
When the season starts, essentially, because those 7 games, it's like we've been talking about. It's like everybody on the crew been talking about. Those are winnable games. Those are very winnable games. So you can't try it out and be like, oh well, we're really gonna take the first 4 as preseason. Like, no, we need to see if Caleb's gonna command a huddle, because I saw you I saw you with interview who is that? He was on
Waddle?
Waddle.
Waddle yesterday.
He was like, no, we need to see it. We need to see if Caleb comes with the right cadence. Can he command a huddle? All of that stuff matters. So he needs to be able to show that from jump, because those things are important. What are the receivers going to look like? What is your offense going to look like? Like what are the touches going to be for the running backs? Like who do you go to in money situations, in third down situations? Hey, we need this play here. Who do you have called up for this? Some stuff like that. We need to see it, because it's like I said, the Bears got the most desirable job in the league. Once he gets fired, if you think somebody not going to be there that day,
yeah,
like, you tweaking.
Yeah. And that's the big thing. That shows the importance. And listen, that's where the leadership starts. That's where the leadership starts. You have to have that leadership in these practices. If you don't have that leadership in these practices, you're not going to have that leadership moving forward. You're just not.
Yeah.
And you're pretending, or you're just naive, or I don't know what it is, but it's not realistic to believe if you're not doing it in practice, you're magically going to do it in the game. And right now, training camp is practice. And heck, take something out of the page of the guy who's number 1 on the list. And everybody always says, well, everyone doesn't, put their guys out there. The Chiefs are notorious for not putting their guys out there during preseason. Okay, 2 things. 1, the Chiefs have won multiple Super Bowls under Andy Reid, so I think he gets it. And 2, Andy Reid runs some of the toughest practices in the NFL, bar none, and multiple players have said that. So sure, maybe we don't need as much preseason. When you don't need that? When you're going as hard as you possibly are legally allowed to in training camp. You got a joint practice this year. That joint practice better look better than any preseason game. And last year that was the case. Last year versus Indianapolis, the joint practice was better than the preseason game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't you dare go out there and put out another situation where we're talking about looking at this team and saying, hey, I mean, like they're unprepared because they didn't prepare in preseason. They're unprepared because training camp was underwhelming. And we were sitting there and we're like, well, maybe they're super prepared. Maybe they notice like the back of their hand. Maybe they're not showing us something. Maybe they're just being vanilla because when the season gets here, it's all going to hit. The season got here. It looked like the Bears didn't know how to play football versus the Packers.
Even with this though, I don't think Hard Knocks. I mean, no, Hard Knocks don't even put pressure on Flus. It put pressure on the team.
Like, if you're hoping that HBO puts pressure on your coach to be good, you got the wrong coach.
Nah, the only
if you're reason why HBO showing up is gonna put pressure on Matt Eberflus to figure it out, you got the wrong head coach. We can stop talking about it now.
The only reason why I feel like that need to be brought up is because like he's with all the questions, like this lets you know, and I said this way before the Bears even got on Hard Knocks, and we used to have topics about this. And Pat was like, man, Bears ain't getting on Hard Knocks unless the McCaskey
Hey, I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be a vote. Bro, there's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something. But they are absolutely not gonna get their money's worth on. And the NFL gonna be like, we need the McCaskies to push this over the top, and they are not gonna get it. It's gonna go crazy. They gonna say, "Oh, we gonna get
just like it's just like, man, no, you need to know, like, hey, the Bears are basically like, every year how we watch NBA, and then it's like, oh well, the Thunder are my league pass team.
Yeah,
the Spurs are gonna be they're the league pass team.
Oh yeah.
That can possibly make the play. Like, bro, it's pressure. It's pressure, but I'm with Pat. If that's has to entice him to be good, he's not the dude.
He's not the answer, bro. If you're sitting here hoping that he's the answer, he's not. Hey man, I didn't know if we were gonna get this on today's episode because we fighting for these views right now. It's off season. Mug's sick of it. Mug's waiting, but
hey.
Over 100 in the chat. 100. 69. Nice. Over on the Twitter side. 35 on YouTube is crazy.
Nice.
35 on YouTube is nuts, bro. I can't remember the last time we only had 35 people.
Bro, it's been a minute.
YouTube on our heels, bro.
It's been a minute.
It's so funny too, because like I can see all the back end stuff. So it's like literally recommending our video on like Friends highlights. They just not pushing it, which is it is what it is. We're gonna push through, man. I ain't even worried about it. We're gonna make sure that we can come out and dominate with y'all, and we're gonna be ready to go by the time the NFL season gets here, man. Let's finish it out with this, man. I thought that was a great topic. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts on Matt Eberflus.
Matty was good.
Being one of the worst head coaches in the NFL based on this CBS list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? The Friday free-for-all is here. We'll finish off the show with this. A little bit shorter show today because I got a little bit of running around to do. But listen, my Friday free-for-all for today is to, and I hope you're listening. If you're not, I hope this gets to you. And if you're one of the people that missed out on some of the camp tickets, make sure that you send this to somebody who's out there. If you're selling free camp tickets, or you're taking them from people who clearly want to go to training camp so that you can try and make a profit, which, okay, listen, you're trying to get your bag, you're trying to flip your money. I understand that. But dog, I saw training camp tickets selling for $347 on Ticketmaster. And I'm very glad that Ticketmaster, StubHub, all of these guys came in and was like, boom, no, we're not letting this happen. You're not going to be able to go out here and do this. You're done with taking this off. If you're sitting here scalping free training camp tickets, you are an absolute piece of garbage. And I felt bad for people, and I've got some stuff in the works that I'm trying to work out for some of the people who wanted to go to training camp. Soon as I saw that the tickets went, I immediately got on the horn and started making some calls. We're still waiting to see if some stuff is going to work out with that, but we'll see. But, bro, like, it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke that we live in an age. This was Bears training camp tickets was toilet paper during COVID all over again. That's exactly what it was, bro. Like I was sitting there, in seconds, people couldn't get these tickets. In seconds. So if you didn't end up getting some training camp tickets, man, we're going to try and get you guys right. So stay tuned in with us. Hit that like. Hey, said, Rico streaming live from the Boom Boom Room.
That's good, Ace. Oh, man. Bro. Hey, so my Friday free for all. So two things, because I don't know if Mug saw the video or not, but Khalil Ware, bro. Because I got two.
Dog.
So Khalil Ware was asked about his top. First of all, he asked him about the Mount Rushmore, and then named his 5.
Oh yeah, Khalil Ware's Mount Rushmore was nuts.
Bam Adebayo, what? I'm trying to figure out what we got going on. Like the man said, Kobe, Bam Adebayo.
This is greatest of all time, by the way. His top 5 greatest players.
I think he left Mike off the list.
He left Mike off the list.
Yeah, he left Mike off the list. And D Wade. I think D Wade was there, and then it was somebody else, bro. What's going on? What's going on? That's my first thought.
Bro, we talked about this yesterday a little bit in like the second hour of the show, bro. Like legitimately, why? Why is it with young people or with the younger generation? If I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
I don't know. And then this is the thing. All the games are on YouTube.
Right. You can go. That's why I love Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, who's your top or best team of all time? He's like the 85-86 Celtics. And Muzz were like, this dude never saw these guys dribble. How does he know the 85-86? Because he can watch it. Because he's a basketball junkie. That's the kind of players I want on my team. You know what I mean? I'll even deal with. Here's my thing. I'll deal with Muzz like a Khalil Ware went. He. That was dumb. That was a dumb list. Like I don't know what to say about it. But like, bro, like I can deal with Ant where he's like, nah, Kevin Durant to me. Like I can understand that. I can understand it because it's like this man is 7 feet tall. Like, did you see the Team USA picture?
Oh yeah, bro.
He's taller than AD and Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
So I can deal with like KD being able to dribble like a guard, being able to pretty much do what he wants on the court, pull up mid-range, pull up from the three-point line, unstoppable score, one of the best in the league. I can deal with Muggs going, we haven't seen that, so that's why he's my GOAT. I can deal with Muggs going LeBron. But bro.
Well, that is that Never going to see Mike play. There's gonna be, yeah.
Nah, bro, you got to hit a
think that's
5, bro.
true.
Mike ain't the
That's true.
egregious one, bro. He got Bam Adebayo on his greatest players all time.
That was
Bam
the one where it
Adebayo
was
ain't even the
just like,
greatest power forward all the time. Bam Adebayo ain't even top 10. Bam Adebayo is not even top 50. Is he one of the top 50 greatest power forwards of all time?
first of all, that one last year, I saw you trying to get the joke in. That one last year, that was actually a couple years ago. Sick of y'all bringing this up.
Nah, that Mount Rushmore was nuts, bro. That was crazy. Yeah, yours was terrible. Yeah,
But then the other thing is,
it fits that he plays for the Heat.
Hey, my other thing is, bro, I had no idea. So I was on TikTok scrolling, and then I seen a video of somebody posted like all of Team USA's shoes like that they got for the Olympics coming up. Joel Embiid is with Skechers, bro. Skechers got a basketball shoe out.
Like, what they look like?
Huh?
I said, what they look like?
Bro, they're like, I could pick those up at like Burlington, bro. I could.
Hey, listen.
Those are
hold on now. I'm looking at
Burlington.
Hey, these Johns kind of slap, bro.
It's just run of the mill basic. I don't know how to if I pulled up to the team facility, because I seen Giannis do this. Like his shoe came out, and then like he gave them to everybody on the team. I'm not fooling with no Skechers, bro.
Hey, bro. These mothers kind of slap, bro.
For what? Nah.
Hey, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah.
I'm sitting here looking at these joints now.
Nah.
Hold on.
It was better shoes on the list. It was way better shoes on. And
hey, they better. I say this. These are better than Kawhi's.
Oh yeah, that's because Kawhi got orthopedic shoes though.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. These joints kind of slap, bro.
No, I'm not. Okay, maybe it was just
these joints kind of slap, my boy. I don't know about that one.
A film.
I'm sitting here. I'm surprised. The fact that these are Skechers, bro.
Nah, those aren't.
These are Skechers.
Hold on.
These are Skechers, bro.
All right. Those look fresh. The Team USA ones, though. The Team USA, the ones that you have for Team USA, I can't fool with them. I can't fool with them. Like a couple of them colorways, bro. You know your doctor's coming in with those. You know your doctor's coming in with those.
Hey, but I tell you this. They gotta be comfy. To hoop
for sure.
To hoop in, them joints gotta be comfy, bro.
I mean, well, he do be driving 35, so I can't.
They gotta be comfy.
I can't really say too much. I forgot Skechers still exist. Where they just opened up the
They just opened up the athletic line.
Yeah, the athletic department.
You know what I'm glad about? I'm glad that we've gotten to an era where, like the era we grew up in, it was either you had Nikes, you had Jordans, you had to have name brand, or you was getting clown. I'm glad that we've gotten to an era where it's like, nah, if you pull up in some Skechers and the colorway is fire, like you good.
The champion,
the champion joint,
champion stuff fire.
I'm glad we got into an era where it's like, now listen, if you get in a bake session and somebody going at your shoes and they not name brand right, that's definitely ammunition. You still got to be able to go at their lining, their moms, they hat, they fit in general, they teeth. You got to have ammunition to fight back. Right. But for the most part, we don't live in an era where like you just see, like I grew up at a time where like, if somebody saw you walk out the side in some Starberries, they was instantly like, what are those? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just out of nowhere. Like, it was just some dude in a tree just like, that boy got on Starberries. I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like I shouldn't be getting
I get it. I'm glad they're making a comeback. I'm assuming just the Team USA ones kind of look a little funny to me. I think 2 of the 4 on that list that I just seen was kind of decent, but you know your doctor's walking in with a pair of those.
Hey, but listen, the doc know how to keep the feet right.
But see, nah, because other than that, they're going with the Kawhis.
I mean, listen, but like if you coming in with, here's the thing, you coming in with fresh colorways, don't nobody care no more. I'm good. I don't need to have, for me, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't need to have no Jordans. I just don't.
Hey. He got one pair. I think he got one pair of Jordans, bro.
I've owned one pair of Jordans my whole life, bro. See, this is my thing.
Hey, bro. I told Muggs to get those, bro.
These
I told Muggs to get them.
Am I chat? You like, be real, chat. Be real. Look,
I told Muggs to get. They fire.
Are these fresh? Straight off the TikTok shop.
Those fire, bro.
Straight up off the TikTok shop.
Straight off the TikTok.
I had to see, and they comfy.
Hey, really, that's what it's about.
And they comfy, bro. Now, now see, this the thing. There's nothing wrong with having a collection of mics, and I love, like, my boy Joel. Joel is a Jordan head, so he got all of the mics. He only wear mics. It's nothing wrong with that, but I think it's just like having just being able to be like, oh, I got a pair of those, I got a pair of them, I got a pair of them. Like, that's cool to me. Like, it's some dude that got Jordan, like they getting sponsored by him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know a couple people like those, and then it's like they never wear them, so it's like
my thing is when I see the mugs who are trying to be like PJ Tucker. Like, I know some mugs that's like, I got a PJ Tucker collection, and then I'm just like, what are you doing with it? And he's like, oh well, I can resell them, but you're not gonna.
Like, nah. When PJ Tucker said, "Hey man, nah, I got a house in Houston. If I just need a shoe, I just call my person and they have them shipped."
Got a house in Houston just for the shoes,
bro. Just for shoes, bro.
Listen, ain't no name on these, ain't nothing crazy, and they go fire with a good fit.
Hey, what are those? Nobody knows what they are.
What are those? Hey, it's 100%. What are those? But you know what? They look good with a good fit.
Hey,
it's all I care about. Do it look good? Do it feel good? Can I walk out down the street with it? I'm past the point where I'm sitting here trying to spend $7,000 on sneakers every year, bro.
Like, the thing is, we don't know. We don't know.
The shoe I spend the most money on, I'm gonna be real with you, is Puma. Once again, comfy.
Pumas is cool.
But that's the shoe I spend the most money on. The RX-8s. The RX-8s is where it's at for me.
Yeah, I don't
already at
know.
the age where it's confirmed, or is that supposed to be comfort all over? Bro, listen, I've been at that age since I was 22 years old, bro. You know what it was? I bought. Remember, John Wall was with.
Oh wait,
was it Reebok? Was John Wall with Reebok?
Was it Reebok? Or maybe it was no. It was Reebok, wasn't it? It was either Reebok or Adidas.
I think it was Reebok at first, and he ended up going with somebody else. I raised me said, "What are those? What's those, bro?" I asked because they look nice, bro. I don't. They was advertising them on the TikTok shop, bro.
AZ, I'm telling you, bro. That's all that matters. Do they get me from point A to point B to where my feet ain't hurt?
But I think here's what was I talking about? Like, I got those, bro, and it was like hooping in a cloud, bro. I swear they some of the best hooping shoes I've ever had. Now, the problem was I had to relace them because the shoestrings was 9 miles long. I don't know what they was doing with that, but bro, like, they was comfy than a mug, bro. I was living in them mugs for a minute. Pat was describing a side piece. Don't say nothing, Hayes. You be quiet. You hush up out there.
Oh man.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, and if YouTube won't, maybe you guys will share the content up, man. Drop it in the Discord, drop it in Reddit, drop it over on all of the social media platforms that you can. Also, if you didn't get to hear the entire thing, the podcast will be up on all podcast platforms. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See Red Nation, stand up, Bear Don.
Go Cubs, go.
Hey, they on a little streak right now, though.
Hey, man. Hey, we just swept the O's.
Little streak.
We just swept the O's. Stop playing with it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, White Sox Nation is rough right now. Hey, it was me and 400 people in that stadium. Y'all stay safe.